Morning, yogis. Yeah, we're going. Okay, good. Hey, we're up for a little more cabin yoga. So I finally got up to the cabin. Beautiful morning here. A little bit cloudy. Let me just show you around the cabin. Kind of see what we're seeing. Denali's up that way. I'm on the back of the cabin because there's a little bit of a breeze out to the front, to the north, so I'm on the south side. And we're just going to do a little bit of yoga here today. Sorry, we got to just get this thing arranged just right. Don't have all the facilities here at the cabin to do a super job with filming, but we're going to give her a go here. Okay, so today I want to do some chest openers and some balance. And it is in August, and all the fireweed is blooming, and everything is as it is in August. So here we go. So I want you to stand in Tadasana. This is going to be a standing session today. Stand in Tadasana. So feet hip width apart, and your toes can ideally be forward, but if it feels more comfortable to have your toes out from your heels a little bit, totally fine. That all depends on your leg geometry, your bones in your legs and your hips. So stand in Tadasana. Now what I want you to do is to engage your quads right here. Engage your quads, which lifts your kneecaps. You can look at your kneecaps. Some people can do this, some people can't. Lift your quads. Now engage your glutes, your butt. That'll set your hips in a neutral position, which means neutral means it's not too far forward, not too far backwards. Engage the quads, engage the glutes. That sets your hips neutral. So all your weight now is stacked right over your hips. Now, bring your chest, your ribs, down just until you feel your abdominal muscles engage, just 10 or 20%, just a little bit. Now, that sets your upper chest directly over your hips. Shoulders up, back, and down. Now, that sets your shoulders. But when you did that, be aware if your chest extended, bring your lower ribs back down again until you feel your abdominals. And then look up to where your chin is parallel with the floor and back toward the back just a little bit. There, Tadasana. Big inhale, big exhale. Let's do that again. You can close your eyes for this or soft gaze. Fill up that chest. Big inhale, big exhale. One more time. Big inhale. Top of your inhale, hold it. And then let it go. Nice and slow and long. Exhale. Big inhale, big exhale. One more time. 5 breaths. There we go. Now, shake it out. Shake your knees, shake your hands, just wiggle about. Keep your feet in place. Wiggle about, back to Tadasana. Engage, engage, down, shoulders, chin. Now, take your hands out in front of you. Interlace your fingers. Reverse your palms. Push your palms out in front of you. Really stretch your shoulders out in front of you. Now, bring your arms up overhead. This is our first chest opener. Arms overhead and lean back. Engage your abdominal muscles first and lean back just a little bit. First chest opener. Elongation of the spine, axial extension. And then we're going to separate our arms out to T position. and then we're going to rotate to the right. So this is our first spinal twist. We'll kind of come back with our hands, interlace our fingers, push your palms toward the sky again. Again, engage, do a little bit of a back bend. I got a log of my cabin right above my head, so my arms are hitting my log. And then arms out of T position again, and we're going to just rotate to the left. And you can look over your back shoulder if you like. And then come back into center and bring your hands to heart center. And then just bend your knees, do a little bit of organic movement. Maybe you put your hands on your hips. Let's do that, that'll feel good. And then we're just going to rotate one direction. Rotate the hips one direction, then go the other way. Tucker, start rotating your hips. Okay, good. Now, take your fingers, clasp your fingers, elbows out, and we're just going to do the wave. We're going to warm up our wrists here. Now go the wave the other way. Good. Now, shoulders up and back. We're going to shrug up to the ears, back and down. Forward, up, back, and down with the shoulders. Forward, up, back, and down. Your torso stays straight, just your shoulders move. Forward, up, back, down. Now, back, up, forward, and down. Reverse the direction. Back, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. One more. Back, up, forward, and down. Good. Okay, now I want to stretch the fingers out a little bit more. So just take your fingers, interlock your fingers, but one over from what we were doing before, and then just press your fingers down, and then just rock them back and forth. And then take your hands, bring them up, and we're just going to rotate the wrists. So really good for your wrists. Now, take one hand, grab your other hand around the wrist, pull a little tension, rotate, pull a little tension on the other wrist, and then, good. Okay, now we're going to come into a balance pose. You can't really see my feet, but we're going to do tree. So if you have a post near you, or a wall, or a chair, or a ski pole, or walking stick, or anything you like, you're welcome to use that pose. So we're going to come into tree pose. So Tadasana, engage, engage. Think grounding now through your feet. It really helps to engage. We're going to stand on our left leg first. So I'm engaging my left quad, engaging the left glute. That really helps to stabilize that left leg. And bring the right foot up. Maybe you can bring your foot up, not as high as your knee. I like to bring it just to the calf. Or you can bring it clear up into your thigh above the knee if you like. Oops. And tree pose. Now, this hip, think about this hip on your left side. If it's sticking clear out to the side, take your finger, push it in. Line that hip up so we're nice and straight. Maybe your hands come up above you. Good. First little balance pose. Now we're going to bring our arms out of T position. Now we're going to do a little twist while we're in tree pose. And you can do this with one hand on a post if you like. And we're just going to twist toward the bent knee, the upper bent knee. Twist toward that upper bent knee. and then twist away from it. Whoa, baby. Twist toward your standing leg. Come back in. Bring hands into heart center. And come down with that leg. Very good. Now, we're going to do the other leg. So we're going to stand on our right leg. Think of a root coming out your right foot deep into the earth. And that's your stabilization. That's your grounding. That's what's going to hold you up, just like a tree. Taproot tree, anyway. Engage your quad. Engage your glute. Left leg comes up. I like to just put it on the calf. Think this hip in. Ribs, lower ribs down just a little bit like we were in Tadasana. Shoulders back. And up with the hands. Good. Breathe, inhale, exhale. Arms out of T position now. Now we're going to do our twist. We're going to twist toward the bent knee. Now we're going to twist toward our standing leg. Ooh. Twist toward that standing leg. We're going to come back into center, hands at heart center. Fly that leg out. Good. Very good. Now we're going to do one of my favorite poses. And for this, I do like to use a wall. What works really good is the back of a chair. So if you have grab a chair, use the back of a chair, or a table works, a windowsill works, a doorknob works, something you can put your hand on, and we're going to face it. We're going to put our hand on it. We're going to stand Tadasana, engage, engage, down, hand on this. And you have to find your right distance from it. So it's kind of like an extended arm. And then, so I'm going to start with my right hand on the post or support. I'm going to stabilize on my right leg. Then my left leg comes up. I grab my ankle. And you can use a belt for this if you can't grab your ankle. Put a belt around your ankle and grab and hold that up like that. Or grab your ankle. Now, engage your right thigh, your right glute, and then tip forward, hinge at the hips, come forward at the hips a bit. So this is like dancer pose. And then we're going to rotate and open it up. This is kind of like half moon pose. There's a little bit of a back bend here, so anytime you do a back bend, engage your abdominal muscle to protect your back. It's a big chest opener too. Big chest opener. Really open that chest. With that support, you can really bend back, bend your head back, your neck back. Open up those collarbones. Spread the collarbones wide. And then we're going to rotate back toward the floor. Release that ankle, come back up. Good. The dog keeps looking out across the lake there to see if there's a moose or a bear or something. Don't see anything. Now we're going to come to the other side. Tucker, go on. Stand right in front of the camera. Okay, for this, I'm just going to use my logs on my cabin. So now, picked up my right heel. Now, my right knee is right against my left knee. Engage the left quad, left glute, shoulders back, shoulder blades down the back too. Shoulder blades down the back, collarbone spread. Hinge at the hips. So our back, we're actually doing a little bit of a back bend here. We're not rounding our back. We're just hinging at the hips to whatever extent you can. Kind of depends on your hamstring too. Tightness of your hamstring. How far you might be able to bend over. And then open it up. And you might be able to tip over just a little bit more when you open it up. Big inhale, big exhale. Big inhale, big exhale. I can actually put my leg right on top of that post, huh? Interesting. And then rotate back toward the floor. Come back up, release that leg. And then just maybe put our hands on our hips again and just rotate that around. Lubricate that lower back. Good. Got a bunch of little white socks or no seams flying around. They're not biting me so much, it's just flying around. Probably can't see them, but okay, now I just want to do, I'm going to turn sideways. We're going to go through a bit of a warrior series now. So we're going to stand Tadasana. Okay, my left leg, I'm going to just go a little bit forward with my left leg. My right leg comes back, but my legs aren't very spread, right? So my forward knee goes right over my forward ankle. Torso's nice and straight. Arms come up in the air. Straight up. And then I do a little bit of a back bend as I engage my abdominals. Now, bring your shoulders back. Spread your collarbones. Let's get a chest opener here. So there's another balance pose. Big chest opener. And then come down with your hands. Straighten your forward leg. We're going to come into Parsvottanasana. And then we hinge at the hips again. Nice straight back. Hinge at the hips only and lean forward only so far as you can maintain a straight back. Arms go back into like airplane arms or whatever they're called. Then we come back up and hands at heart center. Come back into Tadasana. Warrior one. Left leg forward a little bit. Right leg back. Right leg forward. Left leg back. Sorry. Right knee. Now the forward knee directly over that forward foot. Torso's nice and straight. Engage your ribs. Bring the ribs down just a little bit till you engage your abs. Engage your abdominals. Hands to the air. And then get a little bit of a back bend. Not much. Just a couple inches back. Look up into the sky. And come forward. Swallow the bug. And that's warrior one. Oops. I forgot to do while I was swallowing that bug. It's Parsvottanasana. So now we're up in the air. Now we straighten that forward leg. We come back with our hands. And then we just tip forward just a little bit. Parsvottanasana. Big inhale. Big exhale is really good on your hamstring, on your forward leg. Then we come up, hands to heart center, come back in the center. Good. Now, we're going to do a Warrior 2 series. So, stand at the top of your mat. Bring your right leg back. And come back so far, it's a little bit, for me, it's a little bit more of a distance between my feet. Line up your front heel with your back heel. front heel, back heel. Then bend that forward leg to where your forward knee is directly over your forward ankle. Now my hips are off at like a 45-degree angle. Now I come into warrior two. Arms up, arms parallel with your feet. And I'm going to exalt the warrior. One hand behind my back. Come up with my left arm up. And then come down and extend a side angle. Come back in, come forward. Now, I suspect everybody's done warrior two before, but maybe not. So now we're going to do the other side. So my right foot forward, left foot back, line your heels. I like to line my heels. You can align your front heel with your back arch if you like that back foot back a little ways farther. Right knee directly over, forward knee directly over forward ankle. Engage this back leg and in fact put some weight on the outside edge of your back foot. Arms then come up, parallel with your feet. And we're in warrior two. Now my left arm comes behind my back, or you can put it on your back thigh. And my right arm then comes up as I exalt this warrior. Looking right into the sun of this Saturday morning sunshine. Now I'm going to come forward to extend a side angle. And you can have your elbow right on your knee, or I like to straighten it out because I like to use a little bit more of my ab muscles, but you can come right down to here. Tucker, go on. Good boy. And so we're long, extend long from that back leg right up through this side, right through your arm. Reach your arm away. And then come back up, back into warrior two. Straighten that leg. Rotate around forward. Now we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So my legs are spread wide, feet are wide, but my toes point directly forward. So instead of 45, toes forward, wide-legged forward fold. Fold just at the hips. Just at your hips. Fold forward. Only so far as you can maintain a straight back. If you have some blocks here, you can put blocks in front of you. Or if you had a chair would be great. You can put your hands on your chair. It'd be fantastic. Now when I come forward, I find that I can often widen my stance a little bit. And I'm going to bring my hands down to just below my knees, down to my shins. And I'm going to come over to my left leg. This really stretches the adductor muscles, the muscles on the inside of your legs. Breathe into that. And then come around to the right side. Breathe into that, come in the center. Now, go ahead and round your back and just let gravity pull your spine. Oh, I just felt my thoracic spine release right there. Felt a little pop in my thoracic spine, which is the spine right between your shoulder blades. Now, put your hands on your legs, come up with it. You got a nice straight back. Nice straight back. Bring your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers, another chest opener, and then push your hands behind you. Stand right up. Walk your feet in. Very good. Very good. Okay, now I'm just going to cool it down. After that, I do want to do one more pose, triangle pose, and then we'll do one more balance pose, and then we'll close it out. So we're going to do triangle pose. Come to the top of your mat, right leg back. Again, I like to line up my heels. This time we're going to keep our left leg, left knee, forward knee straight. Your arms come parallel directly over your feet. Now I'm going to reach forward across the room and bring my right hip back. So I got a crease in here. And as I do this, I'm putting weight on my forward toes, which helps to open up this forward hip. And I come down, and then you can place your hand on a block if you had a block, or I like to just put it on my shin. Upper hand can be on your hip, or it can go up in the air. Bring your upper ribs down toward your lower ribs, down toward the floor. And then come up and out of that one. Step forward. And then we're going to bring our left foot back, line up your heels. Legs straight. Arms out over your feet. Reach across the room. Upper hand down. I like to just bring my fingers right to the center, right below my sternum, between my sternum and my navel. There's a line that runs right down your belly there. It's called the linea alba. Right below my sternum, put your fingers right in that linea alba and engage that opening. Just encourage the opening. So you can engage that. Shoulders down, the back, arm up. Bring these upper ribs down toward the floor a little bit. We want both sides of our body long and straight. We're going to come back up. And that's triangle pose for today. Okay, I want to do one more, which is a bit of a hip opener. And that is a figure 4 balance. So you can use a post, a chair, a wall, doorknob, whatever you like, or nothing for balance. And we're going to bring our right foot up and across our left knee. Dorsiflex this right foot back towards your knee. My torso stays nice and straight, just like in Dandasana. Hands at heart center. And then I just bend that standing knee a little bit. It's like I'm sitting in a chair. And I'm going to do it sideways. Up and across, bend that standing, so it's like I'm sitting in a chair. There you go. And you can come up and out of that. You can stay in that longer if you like. Come around the other side. Left foot up and over the right knee. Hands at heart center, or you can hang on to a support. My lower back is nice. I got still a little curve in my lower back. I'm going to come down. Really helps to open up this hip, the hip of your upper leg. And it's a great balance pose. Big inhale, big exhale. And we come up. Okay, one more chest opener, and that is you take your hands around behind your back, clasp your hands behind your back, Now, stand at Tadasana. So engage your quads, engage your glutes. Push your hands toward the floor. Push your hands toward the floor. Shoulder blades down your back, down toward the floor. Chin up. Now, engage your abdominal muscles and then lean back a little bit. Push. Broaden your collarbones as much as you can. Just bring them back and look up toward the sky. Big chest open. And then come back in the center. And I'm not going to do a traditional Shavasana today. So we're going to finish just by hands on your hips. We're going to twist to the left. We're going to twist to the right. Come back and twist to the left. Twist to the right. One more Uttanasana, forward fold. I'll do it sideways. Hinge at the hips. Bend your knees a little bit. Fold forward. Just droop. Just let gravity hold her down. And then straighten out. Come up. And thanks for sharing our yoga today. Hands at heart center. May our thoughts be peaceful. May our words be peaceful. And may our hearts be calm, steady, loving, and peaceful. Namaste.